Hello, hello, hello. I got a good setup now. So, if anyone has watched my Elden video a long time ago, talking about the one picture that FromSoft showed about Shadows of the Earth Tree, I did say I was gonna make a video about it and stuff, but I kind of became really lazy, and I've been watching a lot of people making videos about said picture, and body video was one of them. And kind of demoralizing. I'm like, this videos are cool, is insane, but also now I'm like making video out of it. That's a challenge. I can't. So I'm gonna do a completely different one today, and I'm gonna be sketching a bit of the great runes, and yeah, sketching the great runes, showing it to you guys, and talk about a bit of the great runes that we have not seen in, well, Elden Ring, for Ronnie's and Mikola's. So let's begin. Let's start with one of the earliest great runes we can get, Godric's great rune. So I'll try to sketch the thingy. It's quite hard. So also I'm going to be reading some of the stuff. The description: Great Rune of Shard Bearer Godric. Its blessing raises all attributes. This great rune is known as the Anchor Ring, found in the center of the Elden Ring. The first demigod word, Elden Lord Godfrey, and his offspring, the Golden Lineage. Magnificent. You will hear a lot of breathing. I have it set up so my mic is literally dangling from my mouth. Yep, improvising. So Godric's great rune is pretty much, it looks like a one ring. It's one ring combined with other rings, making the base, as it's called, the Anchor Rune. Why not? Let's talk about the boss himself. A long time ago, I made a video about Godric and the possibilities of Godric if he was a playable character, I should say, and he can put other stats into his build. For example, I did say in the video, he would have been so much more broken if he was a intelligence build. Because imagine, all of the hands he has on his back has a wand, or has a staff. And imagine all of them casted, what was that, Kamehameha spell. But yeah, imagine that would be stupid. But thinking about that would have been great. Also, any caster build of Godric would be the most fun thing to play, or the most overpowered thing to play as a player. Sketching these, this is my first time. Okay. It's like these. His great rune. Now I see it. It's like there's a big circle in the middle, and like there are half circles inside it. So there's half circles. I wish I had a compass, or I have this. It's like the thing you use in math class where you place like a piece of the thing and you just circle like this, you know. I wish I had that. then I could easily make these great rune stuff. I don't know if you can hear this, but the scratchy sounds of me from paper to pencil. Scratching sounds. It is very weird seeing these. These are just sketches, so it's gonna be bad, regardless. Oh my god, that looks horrible. It does look pretty bad, but who cares? I do a lot of turns and stuff as well. Oh my god. It looks horrible. It looks like a shotgun instead. That looks bad. Okay, it's pretty bad, but yeah. And all, if you look at, if you type in Elden Ring, that symbol comes out, right? This is pretty much the middle. It's always Godric's Great Rune, and then after that, other Great Runes will stack onto it, and the rune, and then the rune arc appear and becomes the Elden Ring. So, to make the Elden Ring, you will need Godric's Great Rune. Nice sounds. Okay. Next is one of the bosses that is a very awesome gimmick boss. Raycard. Okay. This is not in chronological order. This is pretty much what's in the wiki from Fex Trail Life. I love his wiki, even though some of it is not correct and outdated. Just having this database is great, and I can't use my PS4 because if I do, it's a jet engine, so I really don't want you guys to hear that. Probably heard that in the video too, but right, Rykard's Great Rune is pretty simple. Godric has the ring, and then half a ring in these sections as well. There's like rings in it to make the base. Rykard's, and I'm also going to talk about Radahn's next, are very, very similar. And also, just tips and just small tidbits of lore while I'm writing this. Imagining Rykard, the son of Radagon and Rennala, pretty much being the pioneer to reviving hex sorceries, which is, I wish it was like in Dark Souls where it's like black and dark energy. Excuse me, but it's fire sorceries, and some of it use faith. Actually, no. Yeah, it actually uses a bit of faith. Very cool. So, Rykard's Great Rune starts with the circle as usual, but the side here is very, very like wavy. That's this wavy type cliff this is Reinhardt. It's a circle, but the top part here is pretty smooth. But the sides here and from here to pretty much out during here, from here to here, it's really wavy, like a snake. Maybe it's a sneaky snake. Right. As a boss himself, probably the best and the greatest gimmick fight out of all the Souls games. Being you fighting the behemoth of a snake man demigod hybrid with the biggest spear they can launch aerial projectiles like an anime scene. It's just fantastic. It's great. Now, let's read the description for Godric. Sorry, Rykon. A great rune of the Shardbearer Rykard. Blessing restored HP upon defeating enemies. Rykard was but amongst the children of Renala and Radagon, who became demigod stepchildren after Radagon's union with the Queen Marika. But Rykard fed himself to the blasphemous serpent, crit rune and all. And just my mic for a bit. Okay. So, yeah, I assume Rykard's great rune wasn't like this, curved and all. I assume it was, before he fed himself, was all just smooth. It was a smooth circle. It was affected with the serpent affected the rune and became wavy. Now, let's go to Radagon's brother. Rykard's brother, Radan. Recording like this haven't been done in a month. Now, we all know Radan is a Giga Chad, and he's a Giga Chad and needs to be praised. But also, it shows from the lore videos that I've watched and from my own understanding, Radan is very clingy. He's very clingy to things. He does not want to let go and to lose. Yep, very simple, ain't it? Radan is a person who doesn't want to let go of what he has and doesn't want to lose control. That's how it kind of feels. Yeah. Because, as we all know, when he was young, he studied gravitational magic to keep riding his horse, his scrawny steed, his horse, Leonard. That was in the database of the game, so his name is Leonard, the horse. To keep riding him, Radan used gravity magic to pretty much support his own weight while Leonard carried him around. That's cute. And also, he challenged the stars and stopped the constellations from moving, also stopping the fates of the Carrion royal family. And that part. And also probably he had the Golden Order persuade him to, please stop the stars. We know it's the Carrion family is pretty strong, so can you hinder them for us? You're a big fan of Godfrey, and also Radagon, so why not help us out? And he did what he was asked. But also, it's quite sad because the state of Leonard, his horse, is pretty brutal. Always when you look at him, he's slouched, he's exhausted, but Radan just keeps wanting to ride him. and that's kind of tragic. And also, as I said, the Carian royal family, he, like, yeah, with him stopping the constellations seals their fate and all. Also sealing his, because he's a Carian royal as well. And that also kind of explains part of, what you'd say, why he's still alive to this day. Why he can still live, even though he's pretty much been rotting for centuries, for a long time, is because his fate is not letting him die, because it's in stasis. It can't move. He cannot move forward from dying. He can't be dead if the star is not moving, and pretty much his time is frozen. So he's stuck in perpetual rot, losing his mind. That's what I think is happening with Radahn. And after you kill him, physically kill him, his fate has catched with him, and he dies. And so as the constellations moved, resuming the fates of the Carians. So yeah, that's how I think Radahn lived for a long time, and he is a pretty cool character, but also a pretty tragic one who does not want to let go of things, and that killed him and made him suffer more. Whoops, spelling error. Oh my god. Oh my god, disgusting. My spelling error is horrible. Okay, so I have a laptop with me, and there's the wiki. Whoop. Okay, Radahn's Great Rune is very similar to Rykard's, but Radahn's one, let's see, let's go down. Whoops. Okay, so Radahn's Great Rune. Let's read the description. A great rune of the Shardbearer Radahn. It's a blessing, raises maximum HP, FP, and stamina. Radahn was amongst the children of Rennala and Radagon, who became demigod stepchildren after Radahn's union with the Queen Marika. The great rune burns to resist the encroachment of the Scarlet Rot. I hope I read that right. Yes, also this is, I textured in pretty much burning flames around it. Yes, as in the description, this rune has also been tainted by fire, because he's been burning himself. That's why probably he has grey and decayed skin from the trailers, and when we zoom into his face, it's pretty grey. And also, yeah, he's pretty much trying to suppress the rot by burning himself, and that's why he looks like that, I assume. And also someone said that on YouTube videos, so that also has been etched on the great rune he has. Pretty sad. The super aids from his sister, stepsister. Yeah, I'm sure J.R.R. Martin has some implications. Has pretty much. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. No incesty stuff here, but yeah. Giga AIDS destroyed Radahn from the inside. He tried to burn it away, and that has tainted his great rune as well. Sorry. Okay. So now let's go to the next. Let's go now to the Golden Lineage. Morgoth's Great Rune. This one is special. I don't know why. Maybe because Morgoth. Oh, get a burp. Morgoth was born as one of the first demigods. Maybe that's why he was given this rune. of pretty high importance. Morgoth's rune is very important. It supports the entirety. It's the second most important rune to... I'm sorry I did you dirty, Godric, but yeah, your rune is the most important. Second is Morgoth's. Morgoth is self-specified and lore. He's a very tragic but very, very cool character. In some videos I've seen, he kind of does have Stockholm Syndrome, kind of because of his infatuation with the Golden Order, even though he's an omen and stuff. Very sad, but very inspiring. Even if you are not worthy, do your hard work and become worthy, kind of image on him. Because he is called Morgoth. One of his nicknames is Morgoth, the Omen King. And they're just listening to his backstory and stuff and hearing his other title is very like heart-wrenching, very cool, very cool and stuff. Morgoth, the grace given. He was born with no grace, but was given grace at the end, when he was defeated by us. You know, we defeat him, and he's just a husk, you know. And then when Godfrey comes back, he was cradling Morgoth, and after his body pretty much vanishes from the mist, you see grace. You see grace from Godfrey and Morgoth, and then us. We see grace float towards us, showing Godfrey that we're the next target if he wants to become pretty much Marika's consort again. So he was given grace after he died, or yeah, whatever. It's pretty sad. And now let's talk about Morgoth's rune itself. You can say this is the purest you can have a rune, and all these highlights and whatever I'm doing is all like shining golden color and sprinkles of gold. Now let's read. Wait, before that, let's put the name. Morgoth. Okay, battery is dying. Okay, so let's read. A great rune of the Shard Bearer, Morgoth. Its blessing greatly raises maximum HP. This great rune is the anchor ring that houses the base and proves two things: that the Omen King was born of the golden lineage, and that he was indeed the Lord of Lindell. So yeah, I love this character. I really love Morgoth. Badass, tragic, but he literally does his best to beat us up, to stop us. Now let's go to his twin, Moog. Also one of my favorite characters because he's a complete opposite of Morgoth. Morgoth was the goody two-shoes. Even though everyone hates me, I will protect them and become their king, lord, Omen King. And pretty much accepted that he's an omen, but he will do his best to do. Yeah. But the problem with that is, well, there's no reward at the end. You still die without no one's acknowledgement, and you just did what you had to do. The grace was given, but at the end, after you die. So kind of sad, very sad. Now Moog. Moog was the complete opposite of Morgoth. He embraced his dirty blood and actually got a phone call from the Formless Mother, who craved wounds, and the medium of communion was blood, so it was perfect. Morgoth was the perfect vessel for this outer god. And so after Moog was pretty much given power, he now listens to the Mother of Truth to do her bidding and stuff. And it's just, his design is it's a badass. He's a badass. Very edgy compared to his brother, but god damn, still a freaking beast. We can see even in Morgoth's fight, Morgoth's sword is the one that stores his cursed omen blood. And when he uses the sword, it erupts with blood flame, as the same as Moog. But Moog uses a more potent version. It pretty much primarily uses that type of blood. And it's really cool. And also, his Great Rune is very cool. I need to finish this before my battery dies. Why did I not charge my phone? Okay. Now Moog. This is his Great Rune. It's close to Morgoth's, but I made the color a little bit more darker because it is consumed by blood. It has been tainted by the hands of, or the blood, more say, of the Formless Mother. Cool. Now let's read. Great Rune from Shardbearer Moog. Its blessing grants a blessing of blood to summon phantoms, and imparts a phantom Great Rune upon successful invasions. Moog and Morgoth are twin brothers, and their Great Runes are naturally similar. But Moog's rune is soaked in accursed blood from his devout love for the wretched mire that he was born into, far below the earth. Very, it was tragic, and he pretty much, if these were two, well, you should say, characters from Star Wars, Morgoth is a Jedi through and through. Moog is a complete Sith Lord. That's all I can say. Now, this is interesting. Melania. Let's talk about her. This outer god, rot that infested Melania. Goddamn. Pretty much, I need water. Melania's Great Rune is said to be, I'll read about it later. Actually, let's read it. Great Rune of Shardbearer Melania. The blessing of his half-rotted rune reduced to its healing power of Flask. Reduces the healing power of Flask of Crimson Tears. And yet, due to the infusion of Melania's spirit of resistance, attacks made by immediately after receiving damage will partially recover HP. Melania is daughter of Queen Marika and Radigan, and her Great Rune should have been the most sacred of all. Indeed. Very indeed. And I will point out something after I made this drawing or sketch of Melania's Great Rune. As a boss, she was brutal. Not gonna lie, one of the hardest fights I've ever done in Elden Ring. It is, her healing is just disgusting. It can heal. When you get hit, even when you're holding a shield, even with 100% damage reduction shield, she heals through it a bit by bit, and I hate that. I really hate that. And the lore about what, some people might just say it's lore mechanics. Lore mechanics. It's like lore mechanic. It's a game mechanic, and there's no lore connected to it. It does. because if you remember, her mentor, the blind swordsman that wear blue, her mentor taught her the waterfowl dance, and how it works is the blue outfit that person wear. The description of that is pretty much the good counter for rot or anything that's rotting, sickness, is flowing water. There's no stagnation, there's no piling up of filth and stuff. So if there's flowing water and you embody the concept of flowing waters, like how the swordsman uses his sword, it might help with your rot, and it kind of does. Pretty much every swing that Malenia does that hits you is pretty much that's her way of resisting to the rot each time. It eats away at her, but with the power of resistance, that's kind of helping battle the effects of rot itself with said fighting style, and I guess that's why she heals. She's trying to fight the rot. Yeah, haven't thought of that quite clearly. Now, I want you guys to see. This is the worst one. Godric, Rykard, Radahn, Morgoth, Mohg, Malenia. And we're just going to write a tiny one. This is the last one in the game. It's a really tiny rune. Even if you get it, it is still tiny. It's the Great Rune of the Unborn, or the thing that makes you pretty much respec. Without this, you can't respec, aka you can't respec after, even if you got the item for it, because you have to defeat Rennala, and she has it. It's in the amber egg that she has, I think. It's a really tiny Great Rune. Okay. So, let's go back. Godric's Great Rune. Rykard. Radahn. Morgoth, Mohg, Malenia, and the Unborn. Rennala's Great Rune. Have you noticed something? The male demigods, like the guys, the males. Rykard's line here is in the middle. Radahn's over here as well, on the left side. The first demigods, Morgoth's in the middle, Mohg's in the middle, Malenia. Now, the women, the females, demigods, are in the left side, and the one that Rennala had on the Ember Egg is also in the left side. And thinking about this pattern is Miquella. Is Miquella's Great Rune gonna be in the left side as well, mirroring Malenia's? Or they're twins, Malenia and Miquella, like Mohg and Morgoth, or Mohg and Morgoth. They have fundamentally the same design. And so, is Malenia, a twin of Miquella, gonna have the same design as well, where this side of the rune arc, the rune, the design here, is in the same area as Miquella's? Maybe. And also, Ranni's Great Rune is a complete mystery. We don't know if it's gonna be, again, the female side of the demigods on the right side, the design here is in the right side. Is it going to be like that, or is it going to be completely different? You know, mysteries everywhere. But yeah, great runes, fallen leaves, and also great runes tell a story. And also lore-wise, Rani said something about Melania and Mikula and her are Empyreans. And shout outs to an amazing pretty much Elden Ring lore video creator. Tarnished Archaeologist did say something about Mikula, Melania and Rani being Empyreans and why they were chosen Empyreans. I was also thinking why they were chosen and not the others. And that person, Tarnished Archaeologist, did make oh god, you might hear something outside, but you might have heard something outside. But he did have a conclusion. The one that are chosen Empyreans, high chance they are women, female, because Marika is the god. Godfrey's the husband, he is the consort to a god, and bearing the Elden Ring, which is the laws of the pretty much the land. It's laws like life and death kind of thing. Is being pretty much housed in the stomach, where the womb is. But for Radigan, his body is male. When Marika's body transformed to Radigan, it kind of moved to the chest. That's my imagination and stuff. And the reason why I think they were Mikula, Melania and Rani was chosen to be Empyreans is because Melania and Rani were women, female. That's why they can bear a child, they can bear the Elden Ring. And Mikula, this is the confusing part. Mikula is a dude, but he's a child. He probably looks, what was the word? Androgynous. And also he is Melania's twin, so probably maybe they have the same great rune design as a female demigod, and maybe that's why he's, it's very hard to think about. Is that right? I don't know why he was chosen as an Empyrean as well. But also in the cut content of Elden Ring, he is called damn it, I forgot. Yeah, Mikula in the cut content is reference to pretty much him, and the word abundance is pretty much intertwined together. So imagining Mikula's rune as like an infinity symbol or something with like a circle, looks like a peanut, but also some sort of eyes, whatever. But it is very hard to think about it because Mikula is very young and you can't really distinguish him from a girl or boy because of his hair and all that, and that's why he was chosen as an Empyrean. I don't know, but in the DLC we might see his great rune of some sort, or not his actual great rune, but his mending rune. His mending rune instead, to use it to, maybe he will have a mending rune, which is used to fix the Elden ring for the ending. We have 3 endings: the gold mask ending, the Age of the Duskborn, which is Fia's ending, and then we have Dung Eater with the make the the cursed status, make the cursed status the norm, so no one is technically cursed, because that's the new normal kind of thing. Maybe we'll get a new mending rune instead, and we won't be able to see the actual rune that Mikla has, or we're gonna fight him as a boss and we'll get his great rune. I get a lot of ideas. Rani's great rune, I have suspicions. You do see a Rani's dark moon in the sky when you go to a certain place in the game. I forgot what it's called. Is pretty much you do Rani's questline and you will eventually go to this. You're going to be on top of a mountain or a mount, and there's a dragon in there as well, and that's where you go. Pretty much get Rani. Both of you get married and shit, and you get her Moonlight Greatsword. That place, that area, you will see 2 moons in the night. You will see a full moon, but you will also see right beside it a dark moon, and that dark moon actually has some cool features to it. It has like this type of design. You will see the moon, half of it will be pretty much pitch black, and you'll see like only the other side, but you will have these lines inside the moon. That is very intriguing. And is it gonna be... Hi, I'm back. So my phone died, that's why yeah. So back to the discussion of Rani and Mikla's great rune. What do you what I think it would look like? So it's very interesting. What could it be? Mikla, I have actually no idea, but let's just make a circle. I have an idea for what Rani's might look like, though. You might hear something in the background that is just construction and people, so don't worry about that. Okay. So, Elden Ring, a rune. From what we've seen with these great runes, like the female demigods, or just demigod runes of female gods, or any rune that's with a woman, has this line on the right side. So I assume Rani's great rune will also have this line in the middle, not in the middle, the right side as well. Okay. Yeah, I assume if she had one, it's gonna be like this: a circle and a line in the middle, or again, the right side. But one thing, she is now a doll, or she's just a spirit floating, and she's inhabiting a doll's body, or was. So I really can't think if, for example, every demigod is given this rune, it's going to be it's like this. it's gonna be, the shape is, if it's a female demigod, it's probably gonna be, the shape of the rune's gonna be like this, and it's gonna have like, you know, golden highlights and all that, golden flakes everywhere. But in the story, they did say she discarded her body also with her great rune, so it's gone. We don't know where it is. It's probably gone. But if we are going to speculate if she still had it, in, you know, not in the physical sense, but spiritually, she still has the great rune, if that's possible, it's going to still have this design. And I assume it's going to have the, it's going to have those flaky effects of like cold mist around the rune. I'm just gonna sketch these. Just these particle effects of icy blue, you know. And a little thing about a hint, probably, with what could be Rani's great rune is, have you seen the dark moon in the sky when it's nighttime? It's gonna draw this really lightly. So in the sky, when it's dark, you will see a full moon, and that's from Renala, and it's bright white, like just pretty much, yeah, it's very bright outside with the full moon. But you sometimes see a dark moon right beside the full moon, and it's a circle that's, half of it is pretty much covered in darkness. It's pretty much dark blue. Half of it's like pretty much dark blue, covered in just darkness. Just can't see it. But the part where it's like a decent like blue, decent light blue, you will see kind of a shape, a rune arc like this on the moon. You will see these patterns of like, you'll see this pattern in the dark moon. You don't see this in the full moon. You see a line here, right here, and then rings like these. So I assume Rani's great rune is gonna have the same thing. The basic design's here, but with the gold ring, with the misty blue icy particles, with just a very slight rune like this. The beginning here is going to be a bit transparent, but as we go down, it's going to be thicker, and we're going to be seeing these rune arcs looking design. Is it going to be bigger from the start and then become smaller, or bigger? I'm not sure. Maybe bigger. As we go down, it becomes bigger and bigger, or something like that, you know. That's my take on Rani's great rune. It's gonna have this like weird design. Let me redo it. I might do some more like drawing videos because I really enjoy this. Okay. Maybe it's small like this. It becomes bigger. Like so. Or it could be the other way around. I don't know. It could be bigger from the beginning and then become smaller. But I think it's going to be this. Small, medium, big, and then there's a big line here. Yeah. this is how I think Rani's Great Rune will probably look like if we ever see it. Just a guess. And probably the half of it is also gonna be dark, like her actual dark moon. Maybe a little misty, dark. I have to use my finger to make it a bit darker. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be like this. Yeah. So this is, I think, Rani's Great Rune is gonna be. It's gonna be the circle and the line in the right side, but it's gonna have the characteristics of dark moon that we see in game, in the sky. The dark side of the moon, and then we have the lighter side with the crests and the line here. Yeah, this is how I think it's gonna be. Yes. Now, the final one, the unknown, all of unknowns. Mikola. I don't know how to write his name down. Mikola. Now, thinking about Mikola's Great Rune, I had some ideas just right now. Rani, as I said again, I'm sorry, Rani and Melania and Mikola are chosen to be Empyreans, which will inherit Queen Marika. But the ideas that the words and ideas from Tarnished Archaeologist that I saw is high chance that like female women are going to be chosen as the Empyreans so they can inherit the Great Rune, and basically Empyreans are the title Empyreans are mainly for women. But why is Mikola chosen to be an Empyrean? That really makes no sense. If that's the theory, women are chosen to be Empyreans. But I just got some ideas for the design of his Great Rune and stuff, because he is a dude, but looks he's a child, pretty much. He has a child body, and he has long hair, and also he has a persona, another persona, that is Saint Trina of the Cradle Song. Is that the right one? Yeah, I think so. So he has a double persona. There's Mikola and there's Saint Trina, and they both work as male and female. Mikola, Melania, no. Mikola and Saint Trina, and a lot of the discussions with if this another situation of like a Marika Radigan situation where they can switch, but I don't think so. I think it's just Mikola just dressing a bit differently and saying he is Saint Trina. I think that's the case, because they don't look that different. Because one, they look very androgynous. You can just say from the statues, it's either a dude, it's either a boy or a girl. Like it's very hard to distinguish. So just changing a bit of your for example, your outfit or some hair braids, change it up a bit, or some hair accessories, and boom, you're Saint Trina. They can probably just say, "Oh, it's Saint Trina." Oh. So by that logic, I assume if we ever fight Mikola and get his Great Rune, it's gonna be a pretty different design. Let's see. Because he has a very prominent, he's a very prominent character, and he has two personas that's also very prominent in the Lands Between, and he's also chosen to be an Empyrean, but he's a dude, and maybe because he was chosen, and the reason why he's chosen because he was doing things as a woman, Saint Trina, trying to better the world as Mikola, and comforting people as Saint Trina, with her sleeping magic-y things. So it's very hard, but I assume let's review. The dudes have this line in their great rune on the left side, and it's like straight through the middle, or it's straight through from top to bottom. It looks like it's piercing the circle. Radon's as well. Morgoth is doing the same, but it's in the middle instead. Moog, I assumed this is a bit different, like Rykard. I'm kind of also thinking about it right now. I assumed it looked really similar to Morgoth's, but because of the tainting blood of the blood that's tainted, aka the Formless Mother, it got reshaped. Pretty much the reason why I think this is broken into pretty much two halves, and then there's nothing going through these holes or the openings here. There's no, it's not like the other. Is maybe it's trying to imply that Moog is out of the system. He broke the system of these great runes. Like, if you fit this, it's not gonna work. That's how I think it is. It's like a broken cog that has a different purpose instead. Maybe with the power of Mikola, being awakened by Moog, this great rune would probably look different. Maybe I don't know. That's an idea. I'm just blowing off ideas out of nowhere. But Moog is the only one who has like a open slot, both down here and up here, with a line in the middle that looks like an eye, actually. So I don't know. Moog got warped pretty bad compared to Rykard, Radon, or Melania. They're all warped. He got affected by the outer gods. Got effed up by the outer gods with Rykard. Actually, no. Melania got effed up because of the rot outer god. Rykard's rune was affected, and it looks like it's very slithery and sneaky because of the snake, or somehow the snake bit this or something. That'd be funny. Radon is pretty much burning himself, and with his passion of battle, the heat in his heart, the rune also catched fire or something, I think. Moog was just morphed beyond belief. It's just not a rune. It's not a normal rune that we know. So yeah. So okay. I went into a tangent, didn't I? Okay, so from Rykard, Radigan. Okay, Rykard, Radon, Morgoth, we see the line is this line is piercing through the ring from both sides, the top and bottom. Both of them. Moog is not going to discuss him yet, or not going to discuss him because I don't know. And the women's great rune, like Melania, or the great rune that Radigan gave Renala, it only pierces the top. What could that mean? Maybe it means something that I just don't know what it is. So in this case, Mikola has two sides. I don't know how to spell Saint Trina. I think this is Saint. He has two sides. Mikola, Saint Trina. So I'm gonna blast an idea, and I'm gonna combine those two. So we will have the normal great rune of the dudes, which pierces from top and bottom. Right? And then we will have the other side, Saint Trina, where it only pierces only pierces one side and stops right in the middle like this. The two sides of Mikola. The start is this. Now, how is it going to be? Any other designs that might be put in, I don't know yet. If we're going to think about a DLC with Mikola and Saint Trina, same person, I would add the pretty much. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna pretty much two different designs in one rune or great rune. The left side is gonna be pretty much combined with the normal rune design. You know, gold, the gold ring, the gold lines. The small golden flakes that we see in the Great Rune, but also there's going to be the gold color around it is going to be more prominent for the Mikola side because of analloid gold. So it's going to look brighter. The Great Rune on the left side is going to be more bright and vibrant, shining. The color of gold everywhere, just shinier, the shinier gold part, and the right side is going to be a more dimmer color. Imagine imagine sun and moon, gold and silver. This is going to be more silvery, white-ish hue with Saint Trina. And with a little bit of mist around this part. A little bit of mist around this side. It's the sleeping mist that you could use in the content apparently to get some dreams from sleeping enemies. Yeah, I imagine it's gonna be kind of like this. With also the heat, the fogginess would go through the line at the middle here. That's what I think, though. That's what I think. Yeah. If it's gonna be Mikola Saint Trina, that both of them designed in one rune, half of it is going to be the golden, pretty much the golden design that every rune has, but brighter gold, with gold being more brighter to signify the unalloyed gold. The left and the right side is more of the silvery type. Oh, it'll have more silvery color, with all of them being covered in like white silvery mist. Showing off the powers of dreams and sleep with Saint Trina. Yeah. And I don't know, this video, combining it with the 40-minute one, and this one's already 20 minutes, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm just gonna say, anyone who watches this, thank you for watching. And yeah. Thank you for watching. I don't know what video I'm gonna be posting next, but yeah. Oh, before I leave, if I'm gonna write another design of Mikola's rune, this is kind of boring. But we've seen what happened to Mikola in Mogwin Palace. He's pretty much in a cocoon. The cocoon's sitting on a pelvic bone, and inside is Mikola that looks like Morgoth, but without hair without any outfits. It's just, yeah, it looks shriveled up, raisin inside there. So if we're going to be thinking about Mikola's Great Rune that has been influenced by the Formless Mother and the Omen blood that Mog has, it's going to be probably quite similar. It'll have some sort of bloody-ish design like this one. Maybe. I assume, like with the Michaela St. Trina. Maybe like Michaela St. Trina one. Michaela's part of the Great Rune is going to be affected heavily. It's going to have the like cut off parts with. It's going to pretty much the right side of Michaela's rune is going to be like this. I assume it's going to be torn apart like this, and the line on the left side is going to be floating, and the right side is either going to be a alloy gold design, combining Michaela and St. Trina's designs of pure gold and silver, combining, and it's not going to be an alloy gold anymore. It's going to be a more white gold design of the colors of the rune, white gold, and then the other side more dark red with this on it, this design. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you've watched through this video, thank you. And I don't know, I might be doing some drawing videos. I've been practicing these few days more. Let me actually show you. I don't know, like geometry and how to freaking draw face. Oops. Oh no. Drawing faces and angles using a square and stuff, like positioning. I tried to make a character that's looking down on you, but it's just a smaller face. It's hard. And then this one is like my current favorite that I drew. Is this character. Yeah, it looks like it's just staring you from the side, giving you a side eye, but yeah, I've been also drawing this. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys someday. In a few days or a month, I don't know. I will keep posting. I'll try to keep posting. I need to be more consistent.